Have you ever felt completely surrounded by friends, by family, even by people who claim to love you? Yet somehow, you feel untouched, unseen, unloved, as if there's an invisible wall between you and the love being offered? And no matter how present that love is, it just never feels like enough. This feeling isn't random. And it's not because you're broken or ungrateful. It's rooted in something far deeper. A fracture that began not in adulthood, but long, long before. Carl Jung, a pioneer of depth psychology, believed that our deepest adult wounds aren't formed in adulthood at all. They are echoes, unconscious imprints left by childhood experiences. And one of the most enduring wounds many people carry is this one, the inability to fully feel loved. Not because love isn't there, but because something inside you silently refuses to let it in. And until you understand what that is, no amount of love will ever feel real. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe to Mental Dose and join our Telegram community. There, we explore the deeper work of emotional healing, spiritual growth, and reclaiming the self. Now let's begin. Why love feels out of reach. Our world often defines love as something you earn, by being attractive enough, successful enough, compliant enough. From early childhood, we begin learning that love is conditional. You are accepted if you are valued when. This early conditioning wires us to perform for love. And according to psychologists like John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, the way we bonded with our caregivers shapes how we unconsciously expect love to show up later in life. If love was inconsistent, absent, or given only when you met certain expectations, you likely internalized a message: I must earn love. I must please to be safe. Carl Jung took it even further. He believed that these early experiences get stored in the unconscious as complexes, emotional blueprints, built from pain, rejection, and shame. These complexes distort how we interpret love in adulthood. Even when love is offered to us, a quiet voice inside whispers, they don't mean it. They'll leave. You're not really lovable. So love, when it arrives, doesn't feel comforting. It feels suspicious. We downplay compliments, distrust kindness, sabotage intimacy, not because we want to, but because we were taught that love is unsafe, unpredictable, or simply not for us. And so we must ask, what version of ourselves did we create in order to be loved? The mask that hides the truth. Jung introduced the idea of the persona, a mask we develop to function in society. Alongside it, we form the shadow, the parts of us we suppress so the mask can survive. As children, we learn to silence what threatens acceptance, our anger, our grief, our uniqueness, even our needs. We present a version of ourselves that is easy to love, or, at the very least, less likely to be rejected. But in doing so, we internalize a message. This part of me is unworthy of love. So even when someone says, I love you, it often doesn't land because deep down, we fear they're only seeing our mask, not our real self. Not the messy, vulnerable, beautiful hole that exists beneath it. That's why love feels hollow. Not because others are holding it back, but because we're unconsciously holding ourselves back. We've abandoned authenticity in exchange for survival. But survival is not the same as connection, and real connection begins when we reconnect with what we've hidden. The forgotten self. In Jungian psychology, there's one powerful figure that holds the key to this wound, the inner child. This is the part of you that once knew how to feel deeply, to love without fear, to express without shame. But if that child was ignored, shamed, or emotionally neglected, it absorbed a painful belief that still echoes within you. I am not lovable as I am. This is the true source of your emptiness, not the lack of love around you, but the inability to believe you deserve it. This belief didn't form in your adult relationships. It formed in moments of silence and rejection, when you were too young to explain what you needed. It formed in the spaces between what was said and what was never said, and once that belief took hold, your life started shaping around it. You began attracting partners who mirrored your inner doubt. You overgave, overextended, tried too hard. You mistook chaos for passion. All because the unconscious is always trying to heal what was left unresolved. But here's the truth. Until that original wound is seen, acknowledged, and nurtured, love will always feel distant, no matter how close it gets. If this is speaking to something you've long felt, but never quite named, share this video with someone who might be carrying the same hidden ache. And if you'd like to support the creation of content like this, click the thanks button below. Your support means we can keep going deeper, together. Repeating what hurt us. Jung called it the repetition compulsion, the tendency to unconsciously recreate the emotional patterns of our past, We don't do this because we enjoy pain. We do it because a part of us is still trying to make it right, to finally win the love we never got. So we're drawn to emotionally unavailable people, to critical or chaotic dynamics, not because they feel good, but because they feel familiar. Healthy love ironically feels foreign, even unsafe, like breathing fresh air after years in smog. Your system doesn't trust it, not because it's bad, but because it's new. And each time love fails, the old belief is confirmed again. I'm not really lovable. It's not fate. It's not a curse. It's your emotional GPS still running on outdated coordinates. But here's the good news. That map can be changed. And once you update it, everything begins to shift. The path to real healing. Carl Jung taught that integration, becoming whole, is the foundation of healing. That means reclaiming the parts of yourself you once exiled, the needs, the feelings, the truths you thought were unworthy of love. It means loving what you've hidden. You don't need someone else to fix your brokenness. You need to realize you were never broken. The love you've longed for doesn't begin with someone else saying, "You are lovable." It begins when you say it, to the younger you, to the part you left behind. When you finally offer that wounded part of you acceptance and compassion, you stop needing others to fill the void. Love begins to flow naturally, not as something you chase, but as something you already carry. Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And becoming that person means returning to the self you were before the world told you who to be. So if this message resonates, comment below. Let us know what part of it stirred something inside you. And make sure to subscribe to Mental Dose for more insights where soul and psychology meet. Because true healing begins with awareness.